a version of the Red Zone. You can watch on all IHSAA TV apps, your smartphone, Amazon Fire, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Game Day is brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. Welcome to HCTV Sports Game Day.
Graduation, Trenton plans to attend college.
Welcome.
Majoring in
I'm Brad
fashion
Silver.
and
This
make.
is HCTV Sports Game Day. You'll see 4 exciting games on one screen. The live graphic will show which game you are watching. It's an IHSAA version of the Red Zone. You can watch on all IHSAA TV apps, your smartphone, Amazon Fire, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Game Day is brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. Welcome to HCTV Sports Game Day. Welcome, I'm Brad Silbert. This is HCTV Sports Game Day. You'll see 4 exciting games on one screen. The live graphic will show which game you are watching. It's an IHSAA version of the Red Zone. You can watch on all IHSAA TV apps, your smartphone, Amazon Fire, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Game Day is brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. Welcome to HCTV Sports Game Day. Welcome, I'm Brad Silbert. This is HCTV Sports Game Day. You'll see 4 exciting games on one screen. The live graphic will show which game you are watching. It's an IHSAA version of the Red Zone. You can watch on all IHSAA TV apps, your smartphone, Amazon Fire, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Game Day is brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. Welcome to HCTV Sports Game Day. Welcome, I'm Brad Silbert. This is HCTV Sports Game Day. You'll see 4 exciting games on one screen. The live graphic will show which game you are watching. It's an IHSAA version of the Red Zone. You can watch on all IHSAA TV apps, your smartphone, Amazon Fire, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Game Day is brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. Welcome to HCTV Sports Game Day. Welcome, I'm Brad Silbert. This is HCTV Sports Game Day. You'll see 4 exciting games on one screen. The live graphic will show which game you are watching. It's an IHSAA version of the Red Zone. You can watch on all IHSAA TV apps, your smartphone, Amazon Fire, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Game Day is brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. Welcome to HCTV Sports Game Day. Welcome, I'm Brad Silbert. This is HCTV Sports Game Day. You'll see 4 exciting games on one screen. The live graphic will show which game you are watching. It's an IHSAA version of the Red Zone. You can watch on all IHSAA TV apps, your smartphone, Amazon Fire, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Game Day is brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. Welcome to HCTV Sports Game Day. Welcome, I'm Brad Silbert. This is HCTV Sports Game Day. You'll see 4 exciting games on one screen. The live graphic will show which game you are watching. It's an IHSAA version of the Red Zone. You can watch on all IHSAA TV apps, your smartphone, Amazon Fire, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Game Day is brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. Welcome to HCTV Sports Game Day. Welcome, I'm Brad Silbert. This is HCTV Sports Game Day. You'll see 4 exciting games on one screen. The live graphic will show which game you are watching. It's an IHSAA version of the Red Zone. You can watch on all IHSAA TV apps, your smartphone, Amazon Fire, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Game Day is brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. Welcome to HCTV Sports Game Day. Welcome, I'm Brad Silbert. This is HCTV Sports Game Day. You'll see 4 exciting games on one screen. The live graphic will show which game you are watching. It's an IHSAA version of the Red Zone. You can watch on all IHSAA TV apps, your smartphone, Amazon Fire, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Game Day is brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville Trophies. Welcome to HCTV Sports Game Day. Welcome, I'm Brad Silbert. This is HCTV Sports Game Day. You'll see 4 exciting games on one screen. The live graphic will show which game you are watching. It's an IHSAA version of the Red Zone. You can watch on all IHSAA TV apps, your smartphone, Amazon Fire, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Game Day.
Everything we do. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Ever above, pray. St. Theodore Guerin, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And now please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Terre Haute South is at Southport. The Cardinals are playing well, and a game that's surprisingly not happening. Park Tudor and Monrovia. Originally, we were going to have that,
right?
But the game got canceled earlier this week.
Yeah, you know, unfortunately for the Park Tudor, had to cancel games due to low numbers on the rosters and injuries.
So Triton Central will receive the opening kickoff. What are some keys to victory for both?
John, tell us a little bit about the senior night celebration.
On the flip side, Triton Central, they're going to light it up too, and we get to see the offense first out here tonight.
We will. Bo Borenstein and Aaron Steele, the quarterback. He will be playing all over the field for the Tigers tonight. They will be back to receive this opening kick. Angel Fonseca, number 47, for the Hornets, will be delivering that opening kickoff, which begins right about now. And a homecoming game here at Triton Central is now underway. Steele will field it. He's off and running with some room across the 35 before being ushered out of bounds and dropped in the Beech Grove bench. So good field position to start off for Triton Central.
Yeah, if that's what, that's what you want to do. You want to get, great field position, and then you want to rely on Knowles and the running backs and Aaron, Aaron Steele. He can throw it. He can also run with it.
Averaging just over 325 yards a game. These Tigers, their offense is very balanced. They average 100, almost 80 yards on the ground, 145 through the air. That's balanced for Indiana high school football.
So now we get to see the multiple defense that Beech Grove's running.
Here's Steele. He will keep it left side and rumble forward down at about the 45-yard line. Here is the starting lineup. We just talked about Aaron Steele, very good player. You will see Richard Knowles not in the starting lineup. Hayden Kermode and his brother are in the backfield for the Tigers. Matt Gold, their leading receiver. They like to go to Stuart Krause as well. Second down. Kermode will take the handoff. Steele chased out of the pocket. He's going to be in trouble, and down he goes. Sergio Holst was there.
Sergio came from his linebacker spot and just threw Steele for a loss.
And here is the Beech Grove defense. That is Sergio Holst from the far outside linebacker spot coming across. Teron Washington is their leading defender. Jake Weller, the coach's son. He started off as a dual threat player but had some injuries. They let him focus on defense. The secondary is excellent.
Going to bring up a third down and long now.
About 3rd and 15 for Triton Central. Steele gets Weller to jump off sides. His ears were burning. You never want to be the one to jump off sides, especially if you're the coach's son.
Yeah, if you're the coach's son, it's going to be a long ride home tonight, isn't it?
Always got to be vigilant.
So, yeah, it is back now, Jonathan, to the...
James Dix and Isaiah Martin back to receive for the Buck Jesuit. Field at the 10. Braden Hall the first to bring him down. For Buck Jesuit will have 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line. Ellison on the quarterback keeper. Boston made a prudent call there to bring him down. 2nd and 11 for the Braves. Martin takes the handoff on the right side. Denny Rhodes brings him down. Will bring up a 3rd down for the Buck Jesuit. Ellison's pass complete to Gabe Wright. Jake Fancher pushes him out of bounds in Golden Eagles territory. Fresh set it down for the Braves. Vanderkoy takes the carry on the right side.
Room to the 10 and in. Touchdown, Tigers! Just that easy, Bill.
Yeah, you know, he found that right side. He found that little seam on the right side, was able to hit the seam big, and he's got some speed, too.
So 6-0. The 25th rushing touchdown of the year for the Tigers. Keaton's 5th. He also has the longest run of the year. That wasn't it, but 67 yards. Not messing around. Mitch Kleeman on to kick. He's made every extra point he's attempted this season. The left-footed kicker is still, no, oh, never mind. I jinxed him. No good. 6-0. We'll be back on Indiana SR.
Offsides on Garrett Catholic. First down and 5 now for the Buck Jesuit. Vanderkoy takes the carry. Will Pointer, the first Golden Eagle to meet him. No gain on the play, 2nd and 5 for the Braves. Pass incomplete, intended for Gabe Wright. Fancher with the pass coverage will bring a 3rd down and 7 for the Braves. Ellison's pass incomplete, intended for James Dix. 4th down and 7 for the Braves. Kick is good by Cox after the holdback.
Like playing it safe there. Simmons not going for the run early. Eli Patchett making the grab a yard out. Now to the pro formation. Looking back to the sideline as Simmons was trying to work the hard count, trying to catch the Tigers offsides. If you look at the bottom of your screen, you'll see a trips formation of wide receivers as they're looking to confuse the Tiger defense. And Simmons is going to keep it himself on a read option. He gets thrown down by Roman Molden. Cam Simons, rather. Our apologies on that one. Cam Simons, the quarterback, as he is brought down after a 1-yard gain.
That's really what the Tigers need to start doing here, because like we said, they're not really going to be able to stop Simons, but he's slowing them down to just 1-yard progression is really what they're going to have to do this whole game.
Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers available. Simons back to pass. He's got room thrown to his right side. That one lofted out of bounds. So Cam Simons ends up going 3 and out on that first opportunity. The Tiger defense making a stand.
Really starting to feel the pressure out there probably from the Tiger defense, really coming in on him and putting the pressure down.
So good first stop out of the Tigers as they were able to contain Simons. And now the Tigers will take this opportunity on the punt return. They're going to throw out Reggie Cook-Graham and Josh Jackson on the punt return. High punt here from Alex Bales. That ends up in Josh Jackson's hands. He picks it up, gets a little spin move. Josh Jackson.
Maybe the A or the number 2 hole there. Was able to just bust it in for a touchdown.
And so that was the last series. That was the last drive. We'll see what they do this time. 1st and 10 from their own 39.
And Jonathan, that's where they started the first time they had the ball.
Very serendipitous. At least they're consistent, I guess. Horning's in motion. Kermode trying to run behind Horning, but the Hornets were all over him, just swarmed.
Looks like Jake Weller might have been.
Crossan takes the carry. Tyler Miller brings down Crossan. Gain of the yard, 2nd and 9 for Guerin Catholic. Pass complete to McGinnis. Ozobu brings him down, but not before Guerin Catholic will move the chains. Crossan takes a carry up the middle. Higgins and Strickland there to bring him down. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for Guerin Catholic. Yellow's pass incomplete, intended for McGinnis.
Break it, but he can't. Down at the 41.
So Beech Grove will take over on their own 41-yard line.
Where did they start last time?
They started on their own 35.
Yeah. Not as consistent as the Tigers. So there's 5:36 to go here in this opening quarter. Real sends a man in motion. That's Sean Small, and he's not small at all. Handoff. Sergio Holst twirls past one, and here he comes. Hesitation across the 50 and the lunge to the 46.
Boy, Halls, they had him stopped back there, but he just, twisted like a pretzel, got out of it, and took it all the way up for a very good first down for Beech Grove.
That's 12 yards for Sergio, his first carry. 15 on the game for Beech Grove. We're expecting a lot of that. Holst in the backfield. Reel's not looking towards him. Now he rolls his direction. Airing it out. Down the field. A little high and intercepted. Matt Gould hops past one defender and down he goes at the 34.
Disappointing start for the Shamrocks on that first drive, Sean. Now they have another chance at it.
Really a disappointing first drive for the Tigers as well, not just being pushed back. This is exactly where the Shamrocks wanted from that penalty. Get another 10 yards out of that punt.
And they had 10 yards, but looks like there was a block in the back penalty, so that'll move them back down to the 10. So now they got worse starting position than they would have if they had declined the first penalty. So now Cam Simons back out here. Toes almost in his own end zone. He's got a 1st and 10 from his own 10. 2 receivers on either side. Quick snap. He's looking over the middle, finds a receiver. Good room to run here. Tigers secondary struggling to follow. That's Patrick Beam. Makes the grab.
Really an impressive sight by Simons to really see that and for Beam to be able to find the hole in the Tiger defense to get through.
So this will be a 1st and 10, but there is a penalty marker down. This one's going to go against the Tigers. Personal foul. That'll push it forward 15 more yards. So that is an easy 15 yards for Westfield. They'll end up at the 40, and now they're in the no huddle trying to force the Tigers back on their heels. Simons wasting no time getting to the line. He's looking right, throws over the middle. That one complete for 6 or 7, making the grab there. That's Kyle Pepio.
Really, you can tell that the Tiger defense is not able to see what Simons is doing quite as well as they were. Initially, it's looking like Simons changed up how he's playing.
Handoff up the middle. Simons keeps it himself on an option. Christian Miles all over that, or rather that's Josh Ivey, as he's able to bring him down. But not before Simon stretches for the first down.
Tackle made by number 93, Alex Lamar.
So 1st and 10, new set of downs. Westfield moving now on the Tiger side of the field on the 49-yard line.
Now where the Tigers wanted to be after having such a great defensive set on their first possession.
Play action pass, Simons. Stepping back in the pocket. He's trying to clear some time for himself. Throws it late. That one is picked off by Jason Lassick. Looked like he dropped it for a second. Intercepted it. Camden Simons.
Pretty clean game so far here in this first quarter.
And his pink socks, Aaron Steele, the senior quarterback. The blitz is coming. He gets it off to Keaton, and he drops it. So out will come Mitch Kleeman to punt for the 2nd time.
So they wanted, Beech Grove defense wanted Steele to just throw it short because they had no man coverage deep. And that's what they did. They were able to stop them, bring up the punting situation for Triton Central.
Kyon Tyler is back to return this punt, we believe. It's definitely him. We'll see about the punt, and there it goes. Tyler's under it. Looks outside, but nothing doing. Jackson Miller was there to bring him down. Good tackle by the big fella.
So with 3 minutes to go, and
got the chance to open up the arm on that first possession. Wonder if that's a bit of a test. We'll see on a 2nd and 5 what they choose to do. Another handoff to senior running back Lewis. He gets right up to the line. If not a first down, it's going to be very, very close.
Tackle made by number 32, Micah Hauser.
As the referees deliberate here, they're going to take an official timeout, bring out the chain game. And as always, we'd love to give a shout out to a couple of FSN producers down there, Matt Swaim and Dave Turner, part of the Chain Game and also part of the Fisher Sports Network. So they're involved up in the press box, down on the field, and they're coming in here for what could be a momentum shifter of a check, and it looks like that's going to be an inch short. So this will bring up a 3rd and inches for the Tigers as they are still striving for that first down.
Not having that first down right there, that's really going to push the Tigers. They're not going to really want to go with another run game with H.L. Lewis, though he can push through.
Kyle Tyler is the receiver wide to the bottom in the orange sleeves. Here's a pitch to Hulse with running room and a gaping hole across the 50 to the 40, cutting back, still going.
One more block.
And down at the 25. Matt Goal, he had the interception and he saves a touchdown with that one.
Matt Gould, shoestring tackle on that one. If he would have missed that one, Hulse would have been in for a touchdown.
Another big run, 41 yards for the senior. In 3 games, Bill, 3 whole games, Hulse went from, he's now 3rd in the team in rushing, in carries, and in touchdowns. And a flag.
Yep, they're giving it.
Yellow pass incomplete, intended for Demas.
Motion. Reel. Pope. Up the middle and gone. Touchdown, Hornets.
Pope got that one just right up the middle.
22 yards for Pope, 25 on 2 carries for the game. And Angel Fonseca on to try to attempt this kick. And Pope doing double duties. He's the holder too. Can't catch his breath. It's up and through. 7-6.
Yellow pass intended for Demas, incomplete. Sent by Strickland. Will bring up a 4th and goal for the Golden Eagles. Bowman's getting good, and the Golden Eagles tie it up. 39 seconds remaining in the first. 23-3 between the Golden Eagles and the Braves.
Farm Bureau Insurance. Sheridan rolling again at 6-1, number 5 in Class 1A. They're looking to deal the first loss of the season to the Eastern Comets, who are 7-0 and come into tonight at number 11 in Class 2A. We welcome you to Sheridan, Indiana, alongside Jan Bozier. I'm Pat Boylan, and let's start with Eastern. It's been a spectacular season for them at 7-0. Remarkable balance from the Comets, and they come into today their last really difficult opponent of the season as they look to keep their perfect season on the line.
You know, since Coach Edwards has taken over this program, they continue to build. They've gotten a little better, and finally everything that he's worked so hard has really come to fruition here in this year.
But they're batting .500. This isn't bad. So first and very long. Pumping towards Caton Kermode. Will flip it. Almost intercepted. Holy smokes. That was Keani Johnson's flashing in out of nowhere and almost intercepting that one. The intended receiver was Luke Horning, but it is now 2nd and 15.
Yeah, Johnson came in there. If he would have been able to reel that one in, no pun intended, he would have gone for another Beech Grove touchdown. Now we're back in the back. It's going to be against Triton Central. It's going to be holding against Triton Central.
So that interception wouldn't have mattered. At least it was fun. Quick update from around the Indiana SRN family of networks. Covenant Christian leads Trader Point 7-0 in the first quarter. Harrison and Kokomo, it's a high-scoring affair, both tied at 0. And a great point from producer Jerry, which you didn't hear, but a reminder, Traders Point and Covenant Christian, both undefeated, battling in Class Single A, both getting votes in the AP poll. The second week in a row, and maybe the second time ever. So first and forever.
It's the second sideline warning, Jonathan, for Triton Central.
That's unprecedented.
So now they're backed all the way inside their own 10-yard.
Simons dumps this off short to Patchett. Nobody there to stop Patchett. He gets out to the 40, and that's what happens when you gamble with a blitz to the inside. You're leaving that outside pass wide open.
Right there, that was just an oversight by the Tigers not leaving any defenders up there for that pass. You got to leave something up there, otherwise there's going to be nothing to really defend, and they're just going to keep going right up the field.
Penalty markers on this one. That's going to be a false start, so it'll move the Shamrocks back 5 yards to a 1st and 15, trying to get an early start there as they were in the offense, keeping Fisher's defense on their toes after a successful first down.
Right now, that's all Westfield's been doing, is really just keeping them on their toes to really understand where they're going.
So Simons is going to be out of the shotgun. He's got Patchett beside him. Low snap. Simons looking to his left. Slips this one over to Patchett. Just a bit too much on it. Bounces off the outstretched hand of Patchett.
We're going to see a little bit more out of Patchett than that. You could tell that he's got a good run game. But if he's not able to catch a quick screen pass like that, it's not going to be very helpful for the Shamrocks to really keep him out there.
So a 2nd and 15 for Simons as he's going to be in that modified pro formation out of the shotgun. He's got Patchett behind him. Back to throw here, looking over the middle. That's Beam. Beam gets roughed up on that play as he made face-to-face contact with the referee, and then Jeffrey Brown.
1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles on their own 23-yard line. Albert on the carry up the middle. Higgins the first to reach him in the 5 yards, 2nd and 5. Gillell's pass intended for Engel, incomplete. Thanks on the coverage. 35 for Garrett Catholic.
.35 yards per game. Bud Wright has great balance between his running backs, and they'll use all sorts of misdirection in this wing offense as they open things up with a carry up the middle. And Sheridan, James Manis, the senior on the carry, picks up 4.
Well, you're going to take a look at Eastern's defense here. They'll run a 3-4, but right now they're respecting Sheridan's running game. They had 6 in the box this time, and you'll see them loaded up due to the respect of this front line of Sheridan's offensive line, which does an excellent job to block for these great running backs.
That offensive line features 275-pound tackle Devin Mitchum, as well as 274-pound guard Carl Whaley, as they'll stay on the ground. And tripped up in the backfield is Drake Delph back to the line of scrimmage. He was taken down by Logan Beal, and it'll set up 3rd down and 5 for the Blackhawks.
Well, Dakota Spencer on that Eastern side got to him in a hurry and was able to get a lot of good tackling. And Eastern, a lot like Sheridan, will do a lot of pressure, a lot of blitzing, and they know they got to get after this running game early.
On 3rd down and 5, they'll go back the direction of Manis, and Manis slammed down before that 1st down marker. James Manis needed to pick up 5. He looks short of it. And it should set up 4th and short here for Sheridan.
Well, Sheridan 3 dive less. Nothing fancy here. Once again, same play 3 times in a row. And what do we got? We're going to move the chains.
Favorable spot. They will move the chains.
Yeah, we sure do. Wow, I didn't see that. Nevertheless, 1st down for the Blackhawks.
Drake Delph has taken, calling his own number once. James Manis, the running back, a couple of carries in this wing eye offense that Bud Wright has used for 53 years. And here is the quarterback, Drake Delph. Drake Delph into the secondary. And Delph taken down inside the 30.
Take a look at Dell here. Look at this breakaway speed. Man, he got through that line, really wasn't touched. And, man, he showed some amazing breakaway speed there. Big, big run for the Blackhawks.
And Zane Downing took him down to save the tackle. But it's a gain of 42 on 1st down and 10, and the Blackhawks are in to Eastern Territory. To the upman Manis. And not a lot of running room, and did that ball come out?
Eastern thinks it did.
They'll say he was down.
Yep.
And so that Eastern defense, which has rarely seen a big play come against it, that was Drake Delph on the misdirection. A loss of 1 for Sheridan. This Sheridan offensive line is an average of 260 pounds. They have the 275-pound tackle, Devin Mitchum. Carl Whaley at 274. They'll use him to pull. And it's back on the ground to Manis, who finds a seam, and Manis inside the 25. And it'll set up 3rd down and 5 for the Blackhawks.
Sheridan on this drive continues just to win the line of scrimmage. And you can see again that Eastern continues to try to put as many men in this box as possible. Now the good news is you should hopefully.
Martin on the scoop and score. Touchdown by Martin. Point after.
Get the power runners. He's a kind of a shift. He just looks for his spot and then has great mobility left and right.
Manis averages 135 yards per game. He needed 57 today to break 1,000 on the season. It was the quarterback, Drake Delph, who had the 42-yard run earlier. But Manis almost certainly, as long as he stays healthy, will get over 1,000 tonight.
Well, this is the way Bud Wright loves to come out. He loves to get the ball first, put a drive together, put pressure on the other team, and in the process, he'll eat a ton of clock in this process. Bud's bread and butter has always been the front line. In fact, he coaches, or at least he used to. He may still, I don't know. The front line has always been what he coaches specifically.
Manis is the up man. They'll fake it to him. And taken down in the backfield is Drake Delph. Sheridan doesn't get it. And Eastern comes up with their first big stop of the night.
How big is that? You bend a little, but you don't break if you're Eastern. And boy, that hurts if you're Sheridan. Boy, good game tackling here. I'll tell you, what happens here is Eastern just got a little lower than that offensive line. Stacked him up, got some help, and that's a nice stop for Eastern.
Well, you saw Manis lined up as the up man, and you thought that was going to be the direction they go, only needing about half a yard, but it's instead that big defensive line for the Comets that holds. And now they'll send out their offense. And if you like balance, Eastern has it. 1,218 passing yards and exactly 1,218 rushing yards as they enter week number 8. Garrett Hetzner in the shotgun with 4 receivers. And they'll open up with a pitch out to Spencer, who catches the corner, and Spencer tripped up right near the first down marker.
Well, I'll tell you, he was one tackle away from maybe even breaking that one. A shoestring tackle brings him down. Still good yardage. What Eastern loves to do is to be very productive on first down. And if Sheridan allows them this much room on first down, this could be trouble.
It was the safety Nicholas Burnell who made that tackle about 10 yards upfield. 5 receivers set for Hetzner. On first down and 10, they'll go with the swing pass. And that's Eli Elkins, his favorite receiver. Elkins with his 27th grab of the year, but Sheridan had it covered well.
Boy, that's a tough pass to defend. Burnell on the tackle, and he ran it perfectly. If you don't make this tackle immediately, it's like an automatic 5-yard gain. But here's the pass out in the flats. Look how quick he reacts and basically just eliminates what really should have been a much bigger play.
Dakota Spencer, the running back who's back with Hetzner. Josh Edwards will read that defense and often change the play at the line. Hetzner with pressure coming. He'll loft it deep downfield. He's got a man out there, and he just overshot him. It was Eli Elkins on the safety blitz.
For Horning.
And it was Sergio Holtz, as advertised. Flings off Steele and tumbles in. That was Steele's 6th interception of the year, 2nd of the game.
Fence that Josh Edwards will throw at his quarterback, but he's certainly the cerebral type as they set up 3rd down and 7. Hetzner on a low snap will get it to his running back, and not much room for Dakota Spencer. It's a gain of 2. It'll set up 4th down and 6, and out comes the punting unit for the Comets.
Well, we talked about Sheridan's ability to move and quickly to the ball defensively. Look how quick these linebackers react to this play. What looks really, in most cases, like a 3 or 4 or 5 yard gain out of Eastern, all of a sudden turns out just to be a couple yards, and that's that quickness of this Blackhawk defense.
It's Lance Van Meter back to punt. He's a good punter at about 40 yards per kick. And this low line drive will take an Eastern bounce. So each
keeps it. And he's got a good run before he's wrestled down. It'll bring up third and manageable for the Tigers, though Steele is a little slow getting up. And
Gavin Mitchell on the tackle.
We're going to step away for a moment. And Indiana SRN with 9.
Sneak here.
Wouldn't be surprised if they try to bring that out once again, because it would not be something that you would see out of a team to do that twice in a row.
And the punt is away. This one lofting high in the air, a bit of a sky ball. Josh Jackson calls him off. Fair catches it at the 15-yard line. So this is where Luke.
Takes it all the way for the Bucks after a touchdown. Point after is good.
And he gets a great block, gets a good seal on that end, and just tries to power it down. Great play for the Blackhawks.
Josh Edwards, the head coach of Eastern, said they have to avoid the big plays. Sheridan has 2 of them already, as they'll stay on the ground. And this is up the middle to Cameron Hovey, who has a couple.
Well, defensively, Eastern knows they can't stop everything, and no defense can. What you do is you try to take away the bread and butter, and that's bread and butter right there for the Blackhawks internally. So because they're continually just packing the inside, they're kind of a little thin on the end. So that's what Sheridan exposed that last time. Now let's see what they do here.
Delph can throw it. About 100 yards per game. We've not seen him air it out yet tonight. This time he'll flip it out to Hovey. And Hovey with blockers ahead has got the first down.
Beautiful block again, sealing that end on the left side. Take a look at the left side here as they just get a great seal block. Unbalanced to the left this time. See the key block there? You seal that tight end. That's guaranteed an extra 4 to 5 yards. And you heard the fans right outside of us. Another Blackhawk first down.
Manis is the up man. He'll take it. And Manis squirts free for 5. It looked like Eastern might have him right around the line of scrimmage. And James Manis was taken down across the 45 down to the 43.
Well, Manis didn't think he was down. He didn't think his. Let's see if his knee ever dead. Doesn't matter. The official blew it dead. See, does the knee ever go down? No, I don't think it does either. But the official right on top of it felt like his progress had stopped, so you blow it dead to keep from other tacklers piling on there.
James Manis closing in on 1,000 yards for the season. He's the workhorse for Sheridan in the backfield. There is Manis, and this time he is slammed down right at the line of scrimmage. That's Titus Morissette, the outside linebacker for the Comets, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, great gang tackling. Him and Jones really take a look here. Just straight up blocking, but the defensive line really got off the ball well, so clogged the hole, and that's what you want to do, and that allows the linebackers to really do their thing.
Josh Edwards says they're going to stay aggressive on defense despite all the options that the Blackhawks deploy. As Wright goes with the I formation. Delph will look to throw and into coverage. He was looking for Jesse Cole, but it was defended well by Eli Elkins. And here's fourth down again for Sheridan. It's decision time for Bud Wright.
Yeah, I love the play-action pass here. And I thought Elkins just defended this to the tee. Yeah, that's a great play. There's no penalty there at all. That's a great call by the official. He came around front, used his offhand, knocked it away. That's a beautiful defensive play.
They were looking for Jesse Kolb. It's Jesse Kolb now out to punt. And he'll try to pin back this dynamic Eastern offense, and that'll do the trick.
How about that?
Gellow's pass intended for McGinnis, incomplete. Christian Troop on the pass defense will bring up fourth down to the Golden Eagles.
By a touchdown?
Just by a touchdown.
Okay.
It's tough in visiting in Blacksburg. Real looking deep. Kion Tyler's there and is tipped and caught. We're efforting to identify the player.
What a play down there as it got tipped. Here comes the replay.
I think it's Keone Johnson. How about being in the right spot, right time? It's Keone Johnson.
Number 23.
So the ball is now on the 12 in an unexpected way for everybody.
Real just went back. He's a left-handed thrower, and he just unleashed that one.
So first and 10 from the 12-yard line to Hulse. And he's down at the 10, gain of 2.
Ellison pass intercepted. And Panther who comes up with the INT.
Sergio Halls waiting for a breakout play here, maybe.
He's got plenty.
Yep. And they perhaps come into play there. A low snap. And the Eastern quarterback couldn't get it out in time.
Everything's different when you're in your own end zone. You rush a little bit, the center rush, the quarterback had to go down low to get it, and that's what you do. You play defensive football, and then Sheridan played that to perfection, got the punt they wanted, put all kinds of pressure, and you're just waiting for a mistake, and the mistake was there. And the Blackhawks are on the board first with 2.
It's a very active Sheridan defensive line. Chris Starks leads up that group, a team high.
And that one tipped by Lassick. That's going to go careening off to the left side. So Bales can't replicate it, can't go 2 for 2. And another penalty hurts the scoring chances of Westfield.
And really, even without...
And 8. Keon Tyler is wide to the top. Terrace Pope's in the slot, the right side. Looks to Hulse. He's at the 5. He stood up and down. The Tiger defense stands up and...
Gellow's pass complete downfield. Complete to Osborne, right down by Troop for the Jesuit. First and 10 for Garen Catholic on the 33. Hagel on the carry to the left side. Strickland the first to meet him, second down for the Golden Eagles. covered on the carry on the left side. Flag on the play.
Personal foul on the defense. Get 15 yards in the play.
Personal foul penalty will move Garen Catholic inside the red zone.
Personal foul against the defense. Result play. First down.
Sam Nyer brings down Albert, trying to carry up the middle.
Quarter winding down.
Sharon, sorry, Pat. Sharon just makes you believe they're going to run the football.
Hovey tries to catch the corner. He's slammed down at the line of scrimmage. And the Eastern Comet defense will hold in a tough position as that first quarter clock will wind its way down. The only scoring so far has been because of the defenses. Sheridan forces the safety. Eastern forces a fourth down and will have it when we return. You're watching the
bit what H.L. Lewis can do, giving him some looks, showing off that speed and power that he has, and now they're bringing in Scally into the quarter with just 2 minutes to go, and they're really letting his speed showcase itself as Pruitt's back to pass, looking to his right. He's got room and overthrows Aaron Murray. So an incompletion.
Yes, so far, gone!
Touchdown, Triton Central. That's the way to get you back in the ball game right there.
18-12 for the moment. An emphatic return from the Tigers. Bo Borenstein, the senior. And he had to walk a tightrope down the sidelines to do it.
He did walk that tightrope, and he was able to keep the feet in bounds and get it across the goal line.
Just like producer Jerry Collins still does it. And he missed his last one, Mitch Kleeman. He hadn't missed any before that. It's down, it's up, it's through. 18-13.
Senior, he's really impressed his home crowd. Pruitt back to pass. Pruitt looking over the middle. A dangerous pass as it bounces off of three defenders' hands. He was looking for Nick Leaf right in the middle of a lot of traffic.
It's a little surprising for Pruitt to go for something so dangerous. You would assume that he would go for something, though possibly more coverage, something a little less dangerous and a little more easy to come out of.
Absolutely. So 1:46 to go. 2nd and 10. Tigers desperately trying to get on the board here for their senior night. Neither side able to find the end zone or through the uprights. Pruitt's trying to do just that. He's out of the shotgun, looking to pass. Short throw to the screen route for Colin Stotts. Stotts putting the spin cycle, stays on his feet. Can't escape it a second time, and he is thrown to the ground, and that is a dangerous play. There was a flag thrown, and Stotts in the same position we saw him after that Avon game. He was thrown to the ground, and it looks like his head was driven into the dirt. He stayed with his neck back. He's up, but there is a penalty all over this one.
You could tell number 9 on the Shamrocks.
Yeah, that's a targeting call. Targeting call as Stotts was held up in the middle, and you saw those defenders coming in right at his head. That is a danger zone for any player, but for Colin Stotts, he is.
As Hetzner on 1st down and 10, and first there was some movement. On which side? They'll catch Sheridan for jumping off sides.
416 victories for one Bud Wright. That's a lot of football. 53.
He walks that tightrope.
And I think it's in. That's 89 yards for Bo.
Of course, with 53s in football, you'd need a little bit of time to go over every single year, but he could probably tell you.
A 9-time state champion, most recently in 2007, as Hetzner hits Eli Elkins for a first down.
Yeah, they're rated number 5 because of the early loss to Western Boone, but a lot of people have them in the top 5, top 3 of a chance to go to Lucas in this 1A class, and he certainly has been there. That's a good one-on-one tackle again. They're really trying to shut down this quick out pattern that Eastern's trying to get productive, and as right now, Sheridan has decided to take that away.
That was to Gregory Black, rather, the second leading receiver. Hetzner just gets it off to Spencer, who ducks his shoulder forward and picks up 5. It'll set up 2nd down and 5 for the Comets offense.
On the other side, Josh Edwards in his 12th year at Eastern. What a job he has done here at Eastern. Really got this program going. Now undefeated, and boy, they think they can do a lot of things in the tournament as well.
Hetzner back to the air. He's going deep down the field into single coverage, and it went through the hands of Gregory Black.
Boy, I thought that should have been caught. It looked like he had it in his hands, Pat.
Tigers slowly pushing towards his range. 3rd and 6. As play is stopped, Schermark's going to take a timeout. And with that, we're going to take a quick break here on the Fisher Sports Network. When we come back, a big 3rd and 6 with 3.
So with just under 4 minutes, Triton Central down 5, looking to strike back again. And look who's back there to return the kick, but Bo Borenstein. Big old Josh Fryer, the junior, getting recruited by everybody to play center for him. Blast this one into the night. Borenstein will field inside his 20, makes one man miss, but can't make Quanzel Jones.
First down was, so he's seen the marker, seen the room, and then got the job done. That's really the mark of a solid quarterback. Sheridan really bites on the fake because he doesn't run much, so they didn't expect him to run. That's a good play for Eastern, first down.
Eastern goes to the air once again. They're looking for Black again in single coverage, and this time it's broken up by Kane Spencer.
That's outstanding defense.
Out of the shotgun with Lucas Pruitt. Pruitt back to pass. He's looking to his left side. He's got Stotts and overthrows him by a couple of inches there. And not able to make that connection. So Pruitt only has 1 completion tonight. Can't quite seem to find his receivers on those long routes.
It's a little surprising to see how they are really seeming to
Yellow incomplete, intended for McInnes. Troop on the pass defense. Third down for Guerin Catholic with 7 to go.
Bender. And taken down inside the 35. It's Zane Downings. Zane Downing, who hadn't taken a carry all game, takes this one by accident.
I'm not sure this was their 3rd and 7 play of design, but if it works, hey, go for it.
Yellow pass complete to McGinnis for a Guerin Catholic touchdown.
And it's a loss of 1.
Yeah, big number 73, Chris Starks. Just a junior, big one, 6'3", 270. Look how he reacts here defensively. stands his offensive guy up, makes a great one-on-one tackle. That's an outstanding defensive line play.
Midway through the second quarter, the defenses have the only point so far. Sheridan forcing a safety in these sloppy conditions. But Eastern looking to put together a drive and take their first lead. Hetzner under pressure. Hetzner is taken down.
There's that Blackhawk pressure we talked about. A little more blitzing out of Bud Wright than perhaps normal because he feels like he's a little bit undermanned. But boy, take a look at those linebackers. There's 4 of them. Good surge, good surge, good surge. That's just great defensive line and linebacker play. Too much pressure. Eastern really never had a shot.
And it's Lucas Chesney who finished the job. And it's a loss of 9. And here comes 3rd down and 21 for the Comet offense.
Big play. Another big play for Eastern. They have got to find a way to keep these offensive drives going.
Hetzner bobbles it again. We'll just get rid of it. It's a jump ball and nearly caught, but over the outstretched arms of Ethan Jones. Well, Garrett Hetzner is having all sorts of trouble taking the snap.
Yes, he is. And I got to tell you, that thing almost ended back in the hands of Ethan Jones. Take a look here. Second effort almost is a reception for Ethan Jones. See, the defender makes a play on it. He got a hand tipped it and he catches this and it's 6, but not able to come underneath it.
So here's Lance Van Meter on for the second time today. He's only had to punt 6 times all season. Hovey will call for it. Manis bobbled it, and Eastern's there to hop on it.
Oh, that's a mistake on Sheridan's part. You don't, if it's in the 10, you let it go in, the old saying, and just reacted versus kind of thought about it.
Well, it was Nick Burnell who touched it, and there's some clear miscommunication between him and Hovey.
See where it hit? It hit about the 7. You don't want to field it there. Just let it. More often than not, the old saying is true. If it's in the 10, let it go in. And that's a huge mistake by the Blackhawks. Now, the question is, can Eastern take advantage of it? This would be big if they can. This is when a turnover really stings the other team, when they make the turnover and then you turn it into points.
Hetzner in that pistol, right up the middle near the goal line.
Boy, a couple fumbles now have really kind of changed this game a little bit. And I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, the grass is a little damp, but I'm not sure what all the fumble out share was a miscommunication, but Eastern's had, 2 or 3 snaps that have been really low and caused them some problems.
Morissette, straight forward. Morissette is in. Touchdown, Eastern. It's the fullback, Titus Morissette, the 5'11 junior. And the Comets take Sheridan's gift and turn it into 6.
Yeah, that's what really stinks, Pat. You take this turnover, make them pay dearly for it. That's exactly what Eastern does. Now, all of a sudden, the tides turn a little bit. Now Eastern has the lead. Sheridan has certainly not been behind a lot in this year.
Well, Sheridan has played nearly a flawless game, but it's one play in the special teams. And the Eastern Comets take their first lead of the evening.
Ellison pitches to Vander Coy on the left side. Ricker brings him down, but another first down for the Buck Jesuit. Carry on the right side with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal shift on the offense.
Illegal shift penalty will back up for Buck Jesuit. Quarterback keeper by Caleb Ellison takes it all the way.
They took advantage, and that's what a good team does.
Hovey back to return. It's a high, short kick. He has it at the 15. And Hovey across the 25. That's where the Sheridan drive will start. Well, you can make a case that 2 of the 3 or 4 biggest plays of this game so far were punts.
No doubt about it. And so that's why, some teams understand the importance of the special teams, the punting game, what it can do for you. It can get you yardage as quick as any good defense or good offense does. You're right, Pat. The punting game has been a big part of this first half.
Delph with an I formation will go straight forward to Manis, and Manis breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet. They'll say that knee touch, but it was right around first down yardage. And James Manis continues to look dangerous in the backfield for Sheridan.
Yes, he does. And I'll tell you why. It's because his first step is incredibly fast. James Manis, a 5'9", 160-pound, one of the seniors here. And, of course, this is senior night on top of everything else that is so valuable for this game for both teams. It's also senior night for Sheridan.
A nice second look there. You can see Manis's knee did indeed touch. When you consider that first step you're talking about, it's happening on a field that, well, in good condition for the conditions they've had. It's clearly not at ideal performance level. And yet Manis continues to eat up yards in the backfield. This time they go back to Hovey, who pushes forward for 5.
Well, to your point, did you see the fullback that time slip as he takes his first step? So perhaps that is a little more slippery, to your point, than perhaps I even realized, because I watched the fullback that time, and he almost fell on his face, taking off, and the run still got the Blackhawks a few yards.
On Eastern's end, Hetzner's had some trouble fielding a handful of snaps already. 2nd down and 5 on a delay. It's Manis, and he's swallowed up in the backfield. Luke Moniz, the senior, causing pressure, makes the tackle, and it's a short loss for Sheridan.
Boy, Eastern was really coming at Sheridan that time. And sometimes you call a defense, Pat, that puts you right in position where the ball is. And that's the really good call out of a defensive coordinator. And literally Eastern's defense was slanted right towards that play.
So often you see this defensive line for the Comets. They create pressure in the backfield. It's then that second line that gets there and makes the tackle. And it'll set up 3rd down and 6 for the Blackhawks.
Big down for Sheridan.
Burnell in motion. And a botched snap as Manis is able to go grab it, pick it up, and push forward for about 4. He's still shy of first down yardage.
Is Bo Borenstein. They don't go for him, and there's a little bit early. Keon Tyler was lowered the boom before the ball got there.
Got there a little early.
Zach Martin was all over. He didn't even see him coming. A lively crowd on homecoming's got a lot to be emote about. 21 seconds to go. And much better. That's right back at where we were almost. Indeed. So that's where it would have been before the personal foul. So 2nd and 6. 31 seconds. 50 yards to go. Eric Heboff. In trouble. Eludes it. Flips it sideline. Completion. David Steele. First down, Tigers. With 15 seconds, the clock will stop for the moment.
They're getting right back where they want to be, Jonathan, and maybe, 15 seconds, maybe one play, but you got to get out of bounds because I think you're out of timeouts.
They are out of timeouts.
Try to set
Bebop
up maybe a
hurries
field
the
goal
Tigers
try
up.
here.
Ball on the 34-yard line. First and 10, 14 seconds to go. Heboff looks down deep, but overthrew the world.
Pass,
9 seconds to go.
pass was intended for Gould.
Gould's the leading receiver for the Tigers. It had an interception earlier. Tigers have no timeouts. Gould has 1 reception on the game and an interception.
So you got to make something big on this one here. Hail Mary time, Jonathan. Open backfield.
Second and 10, but really second and 35. Firing has hit to Horning, who's out of bounds.
Out of time. That's the end of the first half.
Go to the right. This time they fake the screen and they'll toss it into double coverage, and it's nearly intercepted. Silas Devaney.
Well, I'm not sure what he was thinking there, Pat. He threw that thing into double coverage. There was nothing there. In fact, he's lucky that thing may have not got picked off. So he's got quads to the right and sends him all over the place. He never really even looked out there, and there was just nothing there. He was literally covered in front and behind, just nothing there.
They ran that play, and it was a screen on that first possession, and I think they thought they might catch Sheridan off guard.
No, you're exactly right. That's exactly what they were hoping, that Sheridan might bite on the look-alike screen and they get wide open deep, and Sheridan did not bite on it.
Nick Burnell and Cameron Hovey back to return. It was Burnell's bobble that set up Eastern in good position on the last possession. This one will take a Sheridan bounce. It nears midfield.
Timeout for Belt Jesuit, their first charge timeout.
You mentioned early on, Pat, how productive Sheridan's offense was, but they had really little to show for it. Quite honestly, Eastern's offense wasn't that productive, but they have the lead. You just never know.
And a whistle before Delph could take the snap. And Josh Edwards will take a timeout. He wants to make sure his defense is set here for what might be their final possession until halftime. And a good field position at that. One thing is consistent. Things change. When they do, your insurance coverage should too. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance can help. Find agents in every Indiana county at infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Vander Coy takes the carry on the left side. Stood up. Fancher there to bring him down. Street also joining in. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. Gave right to Cherry, taken down by Bates, well behind the line of scrimmage. Ellison's pass complete to Diggs. First and 10 for the Braves on the Huron Catholic 18. Vanderkoy on the carry around the right side with some laundry on the field.
Off the football, now really maybe the biggest play of the game so far, 4th and short.
The Comets held in this situation in the first quarter. This is a QB sneak, and Delph has plenty of the needed yardage to pick up the first down for the Blackhawks.
Yeah, that's a good play call. Don't take any more time than you need to, and he's a good athlete. Just get out of his way, let him get a yard. More often than not, he's going to do that. Sheridan's drive continues.
With that pressure that the D-line from Eastern has caused, no need to spend time in the backfield.
Absolutely. Well said. Eastern cannot fall asleep on the pass.
Delph on the play fake. Will launch it across the field and connects.
Whoa!
And the flags come in after. It's Kane Spencer.
My.
A pickup of 16 from Drake Delph.
That's a no-no. Good call by the official. Let's see how they handle this. Depending on what they say here, this could not be good for Eastern at all.
And it is a personal foul on the Comets.
And I think they called targeting as well. See, you notice the one back official pointed to the head.
Martin takes the carry, barrels forward for a couple yards to short. Second and goal.
Side of the field and on the other side of the ball for Eastern. But Sheridan now working inside the red zone of the Comets for the first time.
You know, it's a reactionary game. It's football. And in the new era where the rules have stiffened so severely for right reasons, it's tough sometimes for defensive people who are playing so hard, so quick, not to make that play. But you've got to know you got to stay away from the head for sure, or that's going to get you in trouble. And he was a little high, so the key there is defensively when you're tackling, get low, and you'll stay away from that helmet.
And sometimes it's the optics of it, too. And to be honest, the optics of that play didn't look great. He kind of launched his shoulder into him.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He extended the arm, too.
Extended the arm.
Which is just going to get you in all kinds of trouble. If the arms are out to tackle, right, perhaps they'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But you're right. He extended the arm through the helmet, and that more often than not is going to get you a personal foul.
The first down marker sits at the 2 as Sheridan looks to retake the lead. Those 2 points came with their defense on the field. But here in the midst of their most promising drive of the first half.
Not much time. Let's see how they do here.
Delph will pitch it out to Hovey. Hovey tries to catch the corner, and he slammed down after a couple. It was Garrett Hetzner, the quarterback.
The quarterback making the tackle. Who says quarterbacks can't tackle? Has a pretty good one-on-one tackle.
Hetzner had 53 tackles entering tonight. 14 tackles for losses and 4 sacks.
I'd say he's a real good tackler then. Timeout.
So Sheridan will have to use their first.
I think this is a pretty good timeout. Both teams look like they were a little bit gassed here. Need to collect themselves and get. I'll tell you, Hessner does a pretty good job. He was blocked downfield, and he reacts really well.
Well, it's not necessarily unusual in the smaller levels to see guys play two ways, but it is not often that you see the quarterback making plays like that. Typically, a quarterback, if anything, is playing something like a safety.
Yeah, you remember the great Zachary here, who played quarterback for Sheridan, also played in the secondary, was phenomenal in the secondary as well. But you're right, rarely do you see them play up as far. But he's a big guy.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're going to play your athletes where you got to have them.
And a reminder, this Eastern defense in competitive games has not given up a touchdown all year. They've given up 4 all season, 3 of them without the starters on the field, and the one where the starters were in the game was in garbage time of the fourth quarter. On a delay, this is Burnell inside the 5.
Sheridan has 2 timeouts.
3rd down and about 2. They can get a first down without scoring, as Sheridan has to use their 2nd timeout.
Little counter reverse. Sheridan is trying to get Eastern to bite on some of those fakes. Pretty good job.
That was a slow developing play, but it sets up 3rd down and 3 for the Blackhawks.
I got to tell you, this Eastern defense have been super impressive on this drive. Really getting to the football. Outstanding defense for Eastern.
These are the kind of plays you look back at the end of a football game as to why you won or why you lost it. And for Sheridan on 3rd down and 3 with just over 30 seconds to play in the half, you'll punch this one in and take the lead.
Yeah, it's a lot of mini battles here, and this is a battle right here. Who's going to win this one, Eastern or Sheridan?
Manis, he's going to throw, and Hovey brings it in. Oh, running back to running back, and Sheridan scores.
And Sheridan goes deep into the playbook here. Little play action pass, and that's why you always say a team that's run so much like Sheridan, don't go to sleep on the pass. Little pitch out, and Sheridan's back on the board.
How long do you think Bud Wright's had that in his pocket?
I'm guessing 53 years.
Well, he picked a good time as Sheridan retakes the lead. And the extra point from Chris Starks is up and through. It's been a competitive first half.
Yes, sir. Well, two really good teams. No question about it. The penalty for Eastern defensively really hurt and gave Sheridan enough yardage to put this in. But still, both teams have shown defensively why they are as good as they are. This has been a defensive battle because both these teams, as you talked about, I've talked about, are used to putting up major points. So every point they can find on both sides have been super difficult and hard to come by.
So 27.2 left here if Eastern wants to try something late. They do have a good kicker. They've got a strong-armed quarterback, and we've seen some dangerous-looking plays that have yet to develop down the field. A lot might be predicated on where this kickoff goes.
Well, I will say this about this Eastern defense. They made Sheridan earn that touchdown because Sheridan had to go deep in their playbook to figure out something that perhaps might be successful, and Eastern's defense really held there. Let's see how now Eastern does. They've got a little time left here.
Cobb will keep it on the ground. It's fielded by one of the up men. Well, Eastern's going to have pretty good field position if they want to give it a try.
Well, with their quarterback's arm, I sure would give it a try. And honestly, they have enough time, perhaps 2 shots at it.
They've taken 3 deep shots already, and while they're 0 for 3 on them, all 3 have been plenty dangerous. A couple of last-second breakups by the Sheridan defense and an overthrow by Hetzner. But Hetzner has quite an arm, and if you're Josh Edwards, You want to avoid the turnover, but at the same point, perhaps an opportunity here with just under 23 seconds. Hetzner will throw. It's to the sideline. Black brings it in, stays in bounds. Does have the first down, so the clock will stop for the moment.
Stop the clock. Now, he did get the clock stop at the first down, but Eastern needs to be ready to go. So maybe they can get at least 2 plays in. I think it changed that.
Hetzner on the pump fake. Black again. Did he get out?
Yes, he did.
So with 1.7 at the 37, that would be about a 55-yard kick. That's certainly too far even for someone with a leg as strong as Lance Van Meters is.
Yeah,
you have to imagine they take one look at the end zone.
I think you do. You're just a little too far for a field goal opportunity. But I think you're right here, Pat. Take a look at the end zone here with 1.7. You'll probably see trips or maybe as many or 4 or 5. Let's see what they do here. Well, they're not going to send a lot of. Yeah, yes, they are. There they are. 3 to the right, 2 to the left, Pat.
Hetzner under pressure. Steps up. And Hetzner's going to go down. And that's how the first half will end. And fittingly on a defensive play.
It's 2. Simons rockets this one away, and contact on that one as there was a scrum for it between Pat Beam and Roman Molden. The ball ended up on the dirt, so that's going to be an incompletion, 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd down.
That's something that the Tigers are wanting to see. They don't really want Westfield to get any momentum on their offense. Like we were saying, both teams need to get that momentum, but really the defenses are doing a great job at keeping that down and just making it a very defensive game.
Expect a run play here on a 3rd and short. Eli Patchett in. He's very well suited for these situations. Simon's, of course, a running quarterback. He's back to pass here, looking short to Patchett. Wide open on that little just-in-case route. Picks up the first down and then some, and that has been the favorite route of Simon's. He's able to dump it off to Patchett when he gets in trouble, and Patchett does the rest with his feet.
So great to see for Westfield the fact that Patchett's able to get that, because we saw in the first couple times that Simons went for that pass to Patchett. Patchett was not able to get his hands on that ball.
Handoff up the middle. Hauser clearing from some space for himself. He gets outside of the 25. And Hauser making the big plays happen. He gets from the 45 to the 25 in the blink of an eye. A great run, and now this Westfield offense is really rolling. What we're seeing out of this Fishers defense is they're running a pinched look where they're pushing everything towards the middle. Shamrocks have been able to get outside and get some space. And a broken tackle there, as that could have been big play for a loss, as Hauser able to put on the Jets, get past his defender, and clear himself some space for 2 yards.
Number 95, Christian Miles with the tackle for your Tigers.
So now Shamrocks pushing. First team in the red zone tonight, as they are just at that 20-yard line. Simons looking to his right at the sideline staff. Trying to get the play call here. Adjusts his line, and the Tigers showing a blitz. Simons back to pass. Simons under pressure, steps up in the pocket. Simons with a beautiful play. And now the Shamrocks on the board as Kyle Pepio wide open over the middle. Tiger defenders couldn't bring him down for a sack, and Simons made him pay.
And that's exactly what Westfield needed, and that's exactly what the Tiger defense was just trying to stop. That momentum that the Westfield offense was able to push through with was just much greater than we saw in the first half from really either team.
So Simons showing why he is a real threat. Able to step up in the pocket, avoid the pressure, made the pass, and Lassick almost in there for the second blocked field goal of the night. That time it sails through the uprights, but Simons is just so impressive at that quarterback position. He threw an interception earlier this game, hasn't let that shake him, and making a big-time play, getting his Shamrocks on the board. The first team to score tonight in Reynolds Tiger Stadium.
But that is definitely an important thing going into about halfway through the third quarter. Really be able to be the first team to get points up. That's going to really change the entire feel of the game the Tigers are going to be less so on a defensive push and more so on a very offensive, just trying to grind out a point or two. Really just try and get back in there with Westfield.
This is going to be a make or break drive for Fishers, as they are now down a touchdown, 7:15 to go in this third quarter. Still a lot of time here, but this is when you want to gear yourself towards making a big run to fight back into this and get yourselves ahead on senior night. Bales back to kick this one away, as he gets a hold of that one. He gets all of that football, sailing out of the back end of the end zone and showing off that power that he has. He really could have hit that 52-yarder earlier, I think, if Jason Lassick hadn't gotten a hand on it. Bales has a lot of power out of that kicker position.
That's definitely something that you do not see very often out of a high school kicker. He'll have that kind of power to get it that far back in the end zone.
1st and 10, a new set of downs for Lucas Pruitt as he is slowly trying to find the pedals to right his team. There have been flashes of brilliance at almost every level here on the Tiger offense. They just haven't been able to get all those sparks to light at the same time. They've got Lewis in at running back. He's had a good night so far. Play action pass thrown over to Josh Jackson. Jackson been one of those bright spots. He gets sandwiched in between defenders but picks up a good 15-yard reception. He gets out to the 35. Jackson has been one of the great surprises for Fisher's offense this year. Not really any playing time, varsity playing time last year. This year, he has shown off some serious speed and agility and a lot of football IQ out there.
But he's been a very integral part of that offense, really trying to really help them get further. He's less so of a grinding, but if he finds a hole, he is just going straight through it, and there's not much stopping him.
Pruitt on another play action. He's got Stotts wide open. Colin Stotts, the playmaker. He's to the 30, the 25, the 20. With a stiff arm, Stotts thrown down from behind. He gets all the way to the 7-yard line, and that's what he was waiting for. Colin Stotts with his breakout play of the night.
And that is definitely something that Stotts wanted, and that's something that Pruitt wants. But really, Stotts out there coming back for the first time in a few weeks, really be able to get a big play like that, and really get his feel back for really having the entire play be on him and be able to control what's happening is really kind of his thing.
And he's one of those players you cannot lose track of if you're a defense. There was no one near him in the middle of the field, and he made them pay. 1st and goal from the 8 Tigers in the true I form with Jack Free in at fullback. Handoff to H.L. Lewis. Lewis pushing forward, and he has nowhere to run. He stopped at the line of scrimmage, and the Shamrocks think they have it.
Number 22, H.L. Lewis, the ball carrier.
Yeah, they got a little premature excited as this is going to stay with the Tigers, but a scary moment. Flag thrown to the sideline, as that's going to be a sideline warning on the Shamrocks. They were getting a little bit too raucous there for the referee's liking.
But that is not something that the Shamrocks need, because if with that kind of penalty, it's just going to be a problem for them going in on the future.
Yeah, that is not something you want, that warning on your back. Now, not a lot of room for error out of that sideline. Coach Jake Gilbert went out there to discuss. Ended up being satisfied by the answer. That's going to be a 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. Pruitt under center. 5 minutes to go here. Play action pass. Looking short here. Throws it, and that's going to be... They're saying that ball was tipped. Looked like a pass interference from where we are. So that's going to be incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and goal. And they're going to pick up the flag, saying it was tipped before the contact. So a lucky break there from Westfield as a defender able to get his hands on it before the spot foul would have occurred.
Correction, 3rd down.
So now the Tigers in 4th down territory. 3rd and goal, and you'd hate to get such a big play from Stotts, go down the field only to not reach the end zone. That's what they're trying to avoid.
right here, it's a little surprising that Brew has not been able to do a whole lot with it after the confidence that that play had to bring to him.
He's looking for a slant route. Going deep corner, fade. Incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and goal as he wasn't able to find his receiver on the far side. So this will bring out the field goal unit. And if you're the Tigers, any point really helps. But after the big play from Stotts, you would love to see a 6 on the scoreboard. Now they're going to have to settle for an attempted 3.
Right here, that just puts the ball right back to Westfield's hands. And that is not really where the Tigers want it, with being down at that point 3-7 if they make this.
26-yard field goal from Jack Phillips right in the middle of the upright, so he hits it. Tigers now down by 4. And now we're starting to see the scoring erupt. But for the Tigers, boy, I bet they wish Stotts had found the end zone and was able to outrun. But, of course, he's still injury-ridden. So that's a tough foot race against a very strong free safety. And Micah Hauser. Hauser wears a lot of hats on this team. He is only a freshman. Micah Hauser, one of the most impressive players on this Westfield team. He is the backup running back. And he's already shown off some skill. He looks like a starting running back out there, able to eat up a lot of yards, and now he's into that free safety spot. He's the one that made the play that saved the touchdown. So he's scoring touchdowns, he's stopping touchdowns, and having a good game.
Really right there, with having Hauser out there, you're definitely going to see him in the upcoming years really grow and really become probably one of the main people on that Westfield offense. And we'll be seeing him for 3 more years after this and just be an impressive force.
Good little kick there as now Hauser back to return. And splitting to the outside, gets to the 26. And correction.
Number 20, Owen McGraw.
That was Owen McGraw on the return. He picks up good 26 yards, call it 27. As now Simons will make his way back out here after scoring a touchdown on the last drive with a beautiful throw over the middle to Kyle Pepio. We'll see what he returns with.
That's definitely going to be a momentum booster and really a confidence booster for this Westfield team to see that their defense was able to stop. The Tigers did get 3 points out of a field goal, but they were able to stop another touchdown from happening from the Tigers, and they're having that momentum still playing in from the touchdown that they just had in their last drive.
Simons out of the shotgun hands, this keeps himself on the
blockers. And he gets it to the 44.
I think we got a penalty flag on the play, though.
Temporarily, that's where they'll start.
We do have a penalty on the far side. Be a hold or a block in the back. Probably a block in the back, I would say.
And you're right, Mike Mann, the referee, informs us of exactly that.
So the return by Tyler is negated by the penalty.
So while they adjust the field position, quick check on the Titus Bakery out-of-town scoreboard. Andrean 15, Lowell 0, Noblesville 7, Brownsburg 0. Brownsburg's undefeated. Warren Central 17, Carmel 10. Evansville Central, team we saw, is leading Modern Day 7-0. Bishop Dwenger leads Snyder 13-7. Burbuff Jesuit leads Guerin Catholic 31-10. Cecina leads Cardinal Ritter 27-17. Mooresville 14, Martinsville 7. Tipton and Western tied at 14. Western Boone 40, Danville nothing. Zionsville leads Avon 16-13. This pass high but reeled in, and they'll get it to about the 39-yard line.
To Sergio Halls.
So Hulse gets another first down, this time through the air.
So they ran him out of the backfield. He was lined up back there with Jordan Reel, and they brought him out of the backfield, and he's able to find that little soft, that coverage there by Triton Central. He was able to get in the middle. And
as Pope in motion, this is Hulse. He tries to cut backwards to gain yards. It didn't work.
He was dancing around back there, and there were 3 Triton Central defenders that would not let him outside the pocket there.
Including Carson Alfrey. So that makes 2nd and 9 for the Hornets. See, just over a minute gone here in the second half. Reel. With Holst back with him. Now he motions him to the far sideline. Chased. Firing. Tipped away. Stuart Kraus was there.
You know, Kraus was just right there to knock that away, Jonathan. And if Kraus hadn't have been there, it would have been a first down for the Hornets.
Oh, and we got holding against Beech Grove.
Superhuman catch from a super senior. My goodness. Colin Stotts is a bad man. 2 drives, 2 incredible catches, making his presence known. What a vertical leap for that grab.
And really just climbing up that defender and not really being able to do a whole lot. That defender could not really move on that play.
Dylan Scally riding up the middle as the Tigers trying to follow the coattails of Colin Stotts as he's having another breakout game. A year ago against Westfield, he had one of the best catches I've seen in high school football, laying out for it, diving through the air with no regard for his own safety, and he ended up catching a 40-yarder that gave the Tigers the lead in that one a year ago. So Stotts having another big game against the Shamrocks. Looks like the luck is on his side against the Westfield team. Scally with blocking outside. He gets close to that first down marker. It's going to be a tough measurement, but as of now, they're going to say it's a 3rd and short.
It is not where the Tigers want it. They don't want to keep going to this 3rd down. That 3rd down is where they keep having the problems. They're not able to just quite push through. And that's really what we've seen from both teams. They're not able to push through that 3rd down. There's some struggle that happens there.
33-yard line, 3rd and 1 with 2:30 to go in the 3rd. A lot of threes present right now. Tigers trying to push past this one. Pruitt diving forward, riding the line. He's going to get a first down and a couple of yards. So this will bring up 1st and 10. Tigers moving now on Westfield, trying to get them on their heels and trying to find the end zone.
Really nice to see really the movement down the field. And it wouldn't be surprising if Pruitt and Stott are able to connect yet again and get another play down the field. But this Shamrock defense is really just going to push down and probably put a lot more pressure on Pruitt now that they can see that he's really able to play out there.
Pruitt's out of the shotgun. Play action pass, throws this one over the middle, and that one was dropped as he was trying to find his tight end on the outside. Going back to Colin Stotts, he's been the favorite receiver out of 6 quarterbacks in his career at the high school level. He has really gone through a lot of changes. And Pruitt now, the next to discover the talent coming out of that senior wide receiver, able to find some connections with him here tonight. 1:59 in the 3rd as the Tigers trying to go back to that passing game and see if it'll get them to the end zone.
Really, you can tell that Stotts is a great player when, like you said, 6 quarterbacks have thrown to him, and he has to be a very versatile player as well.
And Scally, nowhere for him to run. The entire front line of Westfield able to get a good...
Go out pass complete to Osborne near the first down marker. Ozobu on the defense. Good enough for a first down for Garen Catholic. 1st and 10 from the 30. Kill-off pass complete to Hagel. Ozobu again on the defense. 2nd down and 4 for Garen Catholic. angle on the jet sweep to the left side. A couple of different Braves defenders able to bring him down. Third and 10 for Garrett Catholic. Yellow's pass complete to McGinnis. Zobu again on the pass defense. Fourth down on the 37-yard line for the Golden Eagles.
Picked up by one of the up men, Evan Moniz.
Well, an onside kick, most of the time you want to hit the turf, so it takes a funny bounce. I'm not sure that what they had in mind, but boy, what they did end up doing is handing Eastern great field position.
It was either a squib that was hit wrong or an onside kick.
Yeah, either or.
Yeah.
Either or. Eastern, boy, if I'm Eastern, I go, man, I've got great field position. Can I take advantage of this? If they can, they're right where they want to be to start this second half.
Garrett Hetzner started to open up the passing game in the second quarter. They'll start on the ground as Spencer is tripped up after a pickup of 2. This Eastern offense is nearing the Sheridan midfield. Garrett Hetzner in that first half had multiple looks deep down the field. He was able to connect on that final drive with his senior Gregory Black a couple of times. He's got the arm strength to throw it all over the field, but Dakota Spencer, Zane Downing, Titus Morissette, plenty of power in the backfield as well, as this time Hetzner keeps it, and Hetzner tries to catch the corner. He's taken down at the 45 on a nice tackle made by Sheridan.
For the Shamrocks.
That is everything that they've been doing every season, every game this season. They've been just having these small mistakes here and there that have been causing these major effects on the game, causing them to go downhill. Their momentum goes away. All of the points that they have earned just really goes to null as the other team is able to get the momentum back.
So I think my psychic powers are working here as the safety ends up making this a 2-point game, and now the Tigers will get the football back after the punt off from Alex Bales. So Fishers gets the score. They're going to get the ball back. They've got momentum. This is a packed house for senior night, cheering on their guys as a huge mistake from Westfield is really bringing them down here.
But this team is going to have, this Westfield team is really going to need to come out here.
Hetzner out of the gun on a delay. Here's Spencer, reverses field. And Spencer wrapped up right around the line of scrimmage. Drake Delph, the quarterback, among the black.
Pass complete to Bayless. Ricker and Albert there to bring down Bayless. For Buck Jesuit now in Garrett Catholic territory at the 33.
Receivers on 2nd down and 10. Hetzner on the fake. He feels pressure, and down he goes. Evan Borden among the Blackhawks to come up with the sack. And when that first option wasn't there, Hetzner had no more time.
Yeah, Sheridan had on almost a full blitz this time, and Eastern just didn't have enough people to pick all the people up that were blitzing. Good call at the right time for Sheridan.
Now 3rd down and 15 for the Eastern Comets.
Try to get half of it at a minimum.
Hetzner lofting it over to the corner, and it's outstretched.
Oh, my.
The outstretched arm of Eli Elkins.
Well, there's the old analogy, a game of inches. That's twice now where he's had a couple receivers just inches away from big gain, and he just He throws this ball so effortlessly. Wow, just can't get there.
So Lance Van Meter will have to check in here for his third punt of the evening. Something he's only had to do 6 times this season. And it goes into Nick Burnell, who picks it up. Burnell picks up a block and is taken down at the 20.
Boy, you just kind of felt like that Eastern had a drive going there and just kind of stymied. And Sheridan's defense was able to hold. So now we'll see what Sheridan's offense can do and how Eastern's defense can do. Let's sort this out. What do we got?
And it looks like a legal motion.
Yeah, you decline that.
Sheridan will decline it.
Yep.
Well, that took an awkward hop into Nick Burnell. I'm not sure he initially was going to field that, and with the adventure that Sheridan has had fielding punts, I think Bud Wright would have been okay with that, but Burnell did a nice job to not only regain composure on the bad hop, but turn it into about 15 yards and give his offense 1st and 10 from their own 20. Sheridan's touchdown just before halftime put the Blackhawks back on top. Delph over to James Manis.
Ellison takes it in on a QB keeper for a touchdown.
Manis, and Manis pushing the pile forward as he's close to 1st down yardage. That marker stands at the 30, so he appears to be about a half-yard short, but it'll set up 3rd and short for the Blackhawks.
And this is the benefit of having running backs by committee. It's hard to tee off on any one running back. Sheridan really shares the ball around about 3 players, and then you add the 4th as a quarterback.
Back to the senior, Manis. Not much, but I think it was enough. He needed to get to the 30, and he crosses it. And Sheridan moves the chains. You mentioned it at the start of the broadcast. This is a Sheridan team that when their offense is working in the way they want it, you get quick games.
Yeah, Sheridan will eat a lot of clock up. Part of their defense is their offense. They love to keep the ball from the other team's offense. They'll have a lot of time on their offensive drives.
It's a direct snap to Nick Burnell, and he's taken out of bounds, driven out after a pickup of 8 as Eli Elkins comes in to make the hit. Another wrinkle from Bud Wright, who dialed up his most creative play when Sheridan needed it most just before halftime. This time he snaps it to the 6'3 senior.
Tough down defensively. You could, with 2nd and short, you can go to your playbook a lot of different angles here.
Back to that wildcat look to Burnell, and he ducks his head forward for 3 and a 1st down for the Blackhawks.
Eastern gets a good jump on this, but he only needed 3. Good tackle that time, again by the quarterback of Eastern. Take a look at number 7 here. Leaves his block. That's why he's playing defense. Pretty good tackler.
Pass in.
So that will bring up a 3rd and 5. 3rd and 3. Not 5.
Not 5?
Nope.
Him. Really that downhill running style. Play action pass. Dangerous throw there from Pruitt as he had Stotts and just overlooked him. Tigers now in 4-down territory as they took a gamble on 3rd and short.
I would not be surprised if they just pushed Noble straight through the middle, or even really pushed Pruitt straight through the middle. I don't know if Pruitt's necessarily ready for that kind of pressured to be getting that first down.
And now
that's all they can do.
You'll see Alan White check in. Big number 58 for the Shamrocks to see as they run stopper. They are looking to put as much pressure on this play as possible. Pruitt diving forward. The Shamrocks responding in kind. Lucas Pruitt manages to slide forward for the first down despite the best efforts of the front line of the Shamrocks.
That is definitely what the Tigers need. They just need to keep pushing and further down. Even if they just get a field goal off, that puts them in just enough of a lead that their defense may be able to hold back Westfield.
For Pruitt on these passing plays, we've seen him overthrow a lot of receivers. He has such a cannon of an arm. He's yet to really restrain it, but those are some plays, especially that last one to Stotts a couple of plays ago. You want to underthrow and give him a chance. Dylan Scally with the hard running. That's his trademark as he picks up 3 with a lot of effort there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 7 as the Tigers are trying to push their way forward. Looks like
cover for Beech Grove defense now.
1st and 10. Keaton Kermode loses his helmet, keeps going, and the whistle is blown down. And he got popped. And a lot of people are not happy.
So now here's the thing. Does the play stop then once his helmet comes off?
It does. It does. Got to be impressed with the competitive fire of Keaton Kermode. He got beheaded and kept going. And a lot of discussion on the referees. Here's the replay of it. And this is going to be very gruesome right there.
So they say they're going to mark it where his helmet came off?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh, face mask. That's why his helmet came off.
Well, there you go. To the delight of the Triton Central fans, they just crowned their homecoming king and queen at halftime, and they're very happy right here.
A counter for Dylan Scally. Scally dives forward, able to pick up a couple of yards before he is wrapped up and thrown down. On that one, Sean Skikes, the senior cornerback, able to make the tackle as he came inside, read the look from Scally and brought him down. 3rd and 5, 8:40 in the 4th. Pruitt going back to the I form. Scally behind him. Stotts up at the top of your screen. He has been the difference maker in this one. Westfield showing blitz. A menacing front line as they attempt to run it with Dylan Scally. Scally picks up 2 or 3 yards, makes this a 4th and short, but I'm not sure if this is really 4-down territory for the Tigers, but it looks like the off.
So there is not much of a difference between the first down and the touchdown. In the backfield with Heboff, it's Hayden Kermode. They're going to give it to him. He's not going to get much. Dives across the 10-yard line. 2nd and about 8.
Jonathan, the clock's ticking down. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter, and Triton knocking on the door.
A very good game. One of the better ones we've had the opportunity and privilege to broadcast this year. I think the Heritage Christian, Covenant Christian game we had a couple weeks ago was the leader in the clubhouse. This one lining up an opportunity to knock him off. Snap is low. Hand it off, and he's swarmed by the Hornets. Teron Washington was all over him.
Colin Stotts on the deep slant, and that one ripped free. Great defense there, able to read the route and jump in front of it. That is Dorlin Hinson.
And that was a rough defense out there to keep that ball out of Stotts' hands.
And Hinson taking every available precaution to make sure Stotts didn't end up with it. That's what you got to do. A great defensive play, able to rip the ball loose, make sure Stotts never had a chance at it. 2nd and 10 from the 24-yard line of the Shamrocks. Pruitt under center. Dylan Scally behind as H.L. Lewis has been sidelined. Shamrocks blitzing very heavy up front, and Scally ripped down by his hips as he was struggling to get some yardage. Looks like he picked up 2.
Pruitt really needs to get something off. I really don't think that the Tigers should go with anything running anymore. They really need to get something thrown off because they're not really able to get any yardage at this point since the shot.
Excuse me. Eboff. In trouble, and down he goes. Jake Weller. And an emphatic way to end the third quarter. They're going to
showing a zone press. Looks like they're getting the cornerbacks up as close to the receivers as possible. Hand off to Scally. Dylan Scally with room to run, blocking, and he is out of bounds outside the 10-yard line. Dylan Scally keeps coming through in the clutch. What a game for the junior running back.
This is definitely something that Scally will remember, and that is a play that will change this game. These fourth downs.
There was a holding call on this one as the Tigers looked like they were going to continue marching. This will move them back 10 yards. And that
was Downing able to pick it back up. And Sheridan forces bad field position again for the Comets. Hetzner will run the option. He pitches it out to Spencer, and it's well read by Sheridan, although Spencer turns upfield and is able to turn it into something, a pickup of 4 for the 5'10 senior.
Spencer got something out of nothing there because that.
Sneaking up the middle, looks like that Collins. That's Collins as they're creeping forward. An HB draw to Dylan Scally, trying to catch this Westfield team off guard, and does. Dylan Scally stays on his feet, pushed into the end zone. Touchdown, Dylan Scally, touchdown Tigers as they take the lead. What a game for the junior.
Like multiple times there, you could see him starting to go down, and his teammates kept pushing him back up and forwards. That was a very impressive play out of Scally.
What a bold play call from Coach Rick Wimmer. A 3rd and 10, the game hangs in the balance, and he decides to get the HB draw to Dylan Scally, and boy, does Scally deliver.
That is quite the impressive.
For 2 on field goals this year. This one's up, and it is
good.
Good!
Oh, wow.
It's a 2-point game. And we're going to be back in a jiffy.
Oftentimes changing the play at the line of scrimmage, the head coach for the Eastern Comets. We'll see what he draws up on 3rd and 6. Hetzner with protection. And there's nobody over there.
Wow. Somebody was not on the same page. That one hurts, too, because this takes Eastern out of this offense, and that's the last thing they wanted.
You can see Josh Edwards there on the top of your screen was having a conversation with his receiver, Gregory Black, who cut the route off. And Hetzner clearly thought whether that's an option route or whether it's a misrun or misread route, there was clearly miscommunication on 3rd and 7.
And the bigger issue here is Sheridan's going to end up what could be really, really good field position.
Van Meter out for the 4th time today. There was pressure, and he gets it away. And it'll hit off an Eastern helmet.
Martin takes a carry to the right side. Hokinson brings him down in the backfield. Second and 12 for the Braves.
Past the field goal range, now they're trying to force the Shamrocks to burn them with a touchdown. Not a lot you can lose here. I like the play call. Pruitt is going to be under center as he's got Dylan Scally, it looks like, behind him. Pruitt back to pass here. Short pass, errant pass, ends up thrown in the middle of the note.
To one of his running backs, Nick Burnell, something they brought out last possession, and Burnell fumbled the football. He got back on it. Well, how many times have we seen the ball at the turf tonight?
Yes, quite a few, as a matter of fact. And 6 times? Thank you. 6 fumbles tonight. Wow. And it's hard. And I'll tell you, I'm not so sure his own guy hit that out of his hands. You got to wrap that thing.
Well, the last 2 possessions here, the last 2 plays for Sheridan have been a fumble. They'll go right back to Burnell. He'll try the left side, and he's got gold helmets waiting for him.
I got to tell you, though, Burnell's holding that thing out there very loosely with his left arm. Man, he's got to think that thing is a giant T-bone steak he's taking home to dinner, and he's going to see that ball's out there? Man, he has got to get both arms around that thing.
With the humidity on a warm Indiana night, that ball gets slippery quickly. And very quickly, Sheridan's looking at a 3rd and long. They've brought Drake Delph back into the game at quarterback. And Delph will give it on the ground to Manis, who runs right into a wall. Eli Elkins in there to make the hit for Eastern. And it'll set up 4th down and about 5 for the Blackhawks. Call it 4th and 4.
Unbalanced line left. The offensive line gets a really good surge. And Bud loves to do that, it's just a numbers game. You try to have more numbers on your side than they have on their side, and then you try to outpower them. And looks like, Pat, that may do it for the 3rd period.
No scoring in the 3rd. Sheridan will take that 2-point lead into the 4th quarter. And when we come back, the Blackhawks are looking at 4th down and 3 on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
In the path of Eli Patchett. So now the clock is rolling as we get under 6 minutes. Simons back in the pro formation. Patchett gets the nod again. He's running with a little bit of jukes, a little hesitation. Thinking through his move, he's going to pick up a 1st and 10. So clearly a lot of thinking out of this Shamrock offense. They don't want to rush anything, as they are showing a lot of blocking on that left side of the field. And that's where they're going to go with it. Patchett ripped down from behind. Alex LeMake making the tackle. He'll pick up maybe a yard.
That was definitely an impressive move by the Tiger defense. Able to read exactly where that ball handler is going to be and know exactly how to take him down.
So Cam Simons looking to his sideline, trying to stay centered, trying to stay with his head in the game in this one. He's got 3 receivers out there. His team down by 4. Simons back to pass, goes for that little short safety route off the hands of Patchett. And that's the 2nd time we've seen the miscommunication from him and Patchett. A little bit thrown to the far right of Patchett. Couldn't quite get his hands on it. Now 3rd and 9.
Except their biggest 4th down conversion of the evening.
Well, I'll tell you, just a little flare pass. They're not afraid to pass. They use it more as a surprise, though. A lot of teams use it as their arsenal. You cannot go asleep on their passing game.
1st down and 10 from the 36. Manis tries that left side, and there's a gaping hole, a pickup of 8.
What a surge. Now, the problem you got now, we talked about this earlier, is Eastern, first of all, their defense has been on the field for quite a while here in the 2nd half, and their starting defense, has not played a lot of 4th quarter football. How much that will play into this, I do not know. But they have got to find a way to make a play here. Sheridan is on the move.
That, by the way, on that 4th down play was a remarkable throw by Nick Burnell, because unlike the first time where they caught Eastern a bit off guard, the Comets looked ready for that one, and it was a brilliant throw and a diving catch from Ross.
But it was able to use his speed before being wrapped up by Jeffrey Brown on his own 1st and 10, and at that line of scrimmage. Now he's at the 39 of the Tigers and pushing.
It would have been a very impressive game between the Westfield offense and the Tiger defense. They've both been so evenly matched, with just a few plays here and there going back and forth.
Simons keeps it himself. He's got good blocking. 1 man to beat, and he was wrapped up, so he'll get in and cross the 30-yard line. Under 4 minutes to play. Cam Simons doing it by himself here on the read option. Shamrocks getting scarily close to the end zone very, very quickly. As out of that pro formation, they're keeping the ball on the ground. Great blocking for Patchett. Patchett lowers his shoulder. He's going to get up to the first down, and the Tigers are bleeding rushing yards right now.
This is not what the Tiger defense needs right here. Without having that really great, solid defense that they were having in the first half, there's not a whole lot they can do to stop another touchdown from Westfield, which they're fairly secured in their score by their offense.
And this is all really setting up for all these run plays, trying to give Simons an opportunity to make it happen through the air like he did with Pepio for the only score. He calls Patchett over to his right side. He's going to keep it himself on the design QB run, picks up a first down and then some. He is across the 15-yard line, and now Cam Simons dragging his team inch by inch closer and closer to the end zone. And this is what Westfield needs to avoid as a team, making a mistake down here. This is the position they've been in up against Avon and Brownsburg in weeks prior, where they got so close, just made a mistake, couldn't finish it out. This is where we see if they learned their lesson with 2:30 to go in the game. And that's going to be a timeout for the Tigers.
It's really been a problem spot for them. We saw right there at the end zone last time they were close. They just kind of crumbled and were not able to do anything. And the last time that they're under pressure, when they were just right next to the Tiger end zone.
On the Indiana SRN Family Networks, Covenant Christian leads Traders Point Christian 21-0. Correction, 21-7. In the fourth quarter. Speaking of the fourth quarter, that's where we are. The Tigers are driving. And a whistle. And a timeout.
Timeout.
And we're going to take one too.
And Easton jumped.
Yep, they called it. So Bud says, let's see if we get the easy 5. And I'll tell you, that's tough as a lineman. I completely understand. Because what you want to do is beat your offensive lineman off the ball. So you're trying everything to get that difference maker and get a jump. And the hard count got him.
Well, it wasn't just one D lineman. About that whole line.
Yeah, it's tough.
Jump for the Comets.
But that's where you got to be talking defensively. Guys, don't jump. That's an easy 5.
First down and 10. Here's Manis. Maybe a couple for the senior, who has eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark on the season here tonight. The clock continues to roll as Bud Wright has visions of milking that clock and putting 6 points on the board.
Yeah, and he's really forcing the Eastern defense to live out there, and they don't want that either because obviously
he's going to pass here, looking for another short safety route. Breaking tackles. Hauser diving forward. He's going to pick up a first down or close to it.
And they are marking that as a third down.
So 3rd and 1. 4 down territory. Does not matter the outcome of this play. The offense will stay in there. They need a touchdown. This is going to be one of the biggest moments in the game for either side. Tiger defense needs a stop. Westfield needs a first down. Tripped up, brought down, as it looked like that was a designed keeper play to Eli Patchett. He's going to be stopped well short of the first down marker.
Right here, I can't imagine them running anything else besides the same play again. They're trying to get over that line, give them 4 more downs to go.
Patchett, 4th and 1. He's going to be in at that.
And it looks like there's, never mind.
Patchett was down for a moment. Unbelievable stand. The Wildcat formation, which is what Westfield was in in those last 2 drives, as you said, has been a weak.
Yeah, and the Tigers have some pretty good running backs.
You know, they got the Commode kid.
10, and that pressure comes from the Eastern defense.
Outstanding job by Eastern.
Great defensive stand from the Tigers, stopping them inches away.
I would not be surprised if the Fisher Tigers went just to kneel to run out time and just did that through the downs to end the game out.
I think they're going to need a first down. The Shamrocks have 2 timeouts to their name, and they are showing 3 timeouts to their name, and they are showing a full-on blitz. So they have the opportunity to really just stop the clock, as they're going to do here. And
well, they were running the option, and neither of those options were a good one for Hetzner.
Holding Eastern. I'm not sure about that play. That play takes so long to develop back there near your own end zone. I'm not sure the call here. Take a look. This play has not worked a lot tonight, and it ends up being not very good for Eastern.
And you saw it was called on Elijah Moon, who just completely tackled Chris Starks on the other end.
Now you got a second and a long, long way, and you're near your own end zone, so you got to make sure these plays are safe, because last thing you want to do is give.
That the only point they haven't gotten is from an extra point. They've really scored in almost every other way you can. Pruitt under center, looking to just keep the ball in their hands, keep moving forward, try and get the clock rolling. Clock will be stopped at 41 seconds to go. Another timeout from Westfield.
At this point, the biggest move that the Tigers can make is get H.L. Lewis or Stott stood up, run out time that way.
Yeah, and there's a penalty marker holding the call against the Tigers. So we'll see if this is declined or accepted, because if it is accepted, then it will be a repeat of second down. They're going to have to decline this, so that is a loss of down, and that their timeout wasn't for naught. If you accept this, you're pushing the Tigers back, but yeah, that's the good call.
Yeah.
Geloff's pass incomplete. We'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for Guerin Catholic. Geloff sacked by Martin. We'll bring up 3rd down.
Even a quick pass to Stotts on the side.
They're going to keep Scally in at that back, free in motion as the fullback. A little bit of a misdirection as they're trying to confuse this defense. Scally brought down. So this will be the 3rd and final timeout for the Shamrocks. 37 seconds to work with, as now the Fishers punting unit is going to make their way out there.
Not really necessarily enough space for a punt to get put off. There's no room for error on that long snap. Anything a little too high could put them.
Geloff's pass intended for Hagel incomplete. Will bring up a 4th down.
For Beech Grove.
We'll see how that affects the snaps. Beech Grove currently, this is their lowest rushing output of the season by about 100 yards. They have 129 so far this game. Jordan Reel, 2nd and long. Sergio Holst eludes one, eludes another, stiff arms a 3rd, and has a 1st down, barreling down the sideline. And there's your star running back, Bill.
Yep, Sergio Halls took the handoff from Reel. Cut it to the outside.
Foul just to run a safety out and try and stay back there as long as possible. Because with a safety, that's 2 points. Time runs out quickly for the Shamrocks.
We'll see what they do here. It's going to be a traditional punt as Phillips puts this one sky high, end over end, and it's going to take a big bounce favorable for Westfield. Don't touch it. The Tiger defenders are screaming, don't touch it, as the clock will run under 30 seconds. Down at the 45. 30 seconds, a little under 30 seconds for Cam Simons to play with, as he's got a 1st and 10. Tiger defense made a big-time stand on a 4th and short at their own 5-yard line. Now they need to make a stand with 45 yards to go in 26 seconds for Cam Simons and the electric Westfield team.
Westfield here may need a literal Hail Mary to get this win out of here.
That's what they're lining up in, empty backfield. And Hauser sprinting out.
That causes this. He never fields it cleanly. I wasn't sure because we can't see real well from that.
Throws a short little play to Wheeler. Wheeler staying on his feet. And remember, there's no timeouts for Westfield, but a 1st down does stop the clock momentarily. Gets you enough time to maybe get.
It's going back to that same position.
Clock's running here. They're going to spike it. Simons throws it to the floor, and that's going to be 14 seconds now. They're at the 33-yard line of the Tigers.
You can really feel like all the energy coming from Westfield and from the Tigers. You can feel the fact that the Tigers are seeing the win in their grasp. You can tell that Westfield is just trying for any little bit of hope to get out of here.
So much tension in the air. 14 seconds, all that's separating either side from a win. Simons with the throw over the middle. Big hit from Jeffrey Brown, as it looks like there's a scrum for the football. This is a 3rd down, and now 2 seconds to go. Oh, and an injury timeout. Injury timeout lengthens this game as Pat Beam ended up on the ground for a couple extra seconds. Simons with 2.2 seconds, going to need to spike it immediately. .2 seconds. So much hangs in the balance, as he's able to spike it with 0.4 seconds to go, and a 4th and 2.
This is one of the closest games that I have seen.
I want you to know.
Pure pandemonium.
If they are able to get a touchdown out of this, this will be the most clutch moment that we have seen in this game. Nothing of the quick passes that Fishers had, nothing of the stopped running down the field and just getting just close. No, none of that will be anything comparable to a possible touchdown right here with 0.4 seconds.
This is the last play of the game. Simons out of the shotgun. He's going to have one pass to do it. He steps up in the pocket. He's looking over the middle, lofting that one over up top, and it hits the dirt. Incomplete. The Tigers take the win, extending their
end, one way or the other. We knew it'd be a good football game. I'm not surprised at the score, but I guess I am a little surprised at the score.
The defenses have been the storyline, but mistakes have been how the offenses have cashed in. And some movement on the line. It's on Eastern.
That's got to drive a coach crazy. Just got to drive you crazy. So you had 2nd and about 11. Now you got 2nd and 16. Now you're got to get a big run here.
Well, you have a good kicker. At this point, you're still in 4-down territory. Yep. You're not in Van Meter range yet. They'll pitch it outside as Spencer tries the left side and catches the corner. Spencer breaks a tackle and pushes through another. And that was a much-needed run for the Eastern offense as they pick up about half of that 16.
Yeah, but see, the penalty's now going to put them, because of the penalty, they're going to be 3rd and 9. So you're going to force Eastern probably for the most part in a passing down. What that means to the defense, if I'm a defensive lineman, I'm taking a little weight off my hand. I'm just teeing off on the quarterback because I know for the most part there's a great chance he's got to pass. So you become a little more predictable offensively.
Titus Morissette back in the game with Hetzner. It's a low snap. Hetzner bobbles it. It's still loose on the ground. Sheridan thinks they have it.
And
the officials took a
my. This has absolutely been the game of fumbles on both sides at just crucial and critical times. Oh, my.
Well, deja vu all over again.
This is gut-wrenching.
It was a fumbled punt by Sheridan in the first half. A fumbled punt in the second half sets up Eastern. And just like a bobbled snap set up the safety.
Geloff pass incomplete, intended for a Hagel. Bird breaks up the pass. 4th and goal. Geloff pass incomplete, intended for...
Down midfield! Across to the 30, to the 25, and they're definitely in field goal range now.
What a run by Commode. My goodness, he took it almost all the way.
Now Hornet is slow getting up, probably got the wind knocked out of him. Kermode also doubled over. Here it is.
The replay.
Coming into focus right into your living room.
There was 3 tacklers right there that missed him. And he didn't get stopped till he got down close to the 20-yard line.
A clutch 52-yard gallop by Keaton Kermode. Timeout on the field. We're going to for Sheridan.
Sheridan would love to use about 40 to 45 seconds every time they touch the football here. They'll run this play clock down to as much as they can. Just a isolation off that left side. They love that left side. They really pick on it. And 2nd and short.
And Eastern can only stop the clock twice.
Yeah, this is going to run down as far as they can run it down. Now close to under 4 minutes here before they ever snap the football. So they used the 45 seconds like I thought they might.
Delph back to Manis, the left side again. He sheds a tackle as the first down. But a flag came in the direction of holding. We'll see what the call is.
Well, a score update, we have now found out that Tipton did beat Western, so Tipton is the victor tonight over Western.
That's a big call there. It is holding. So instead of a first down for Sheridan, it'll instead move the Blackhawks back.
But here we go, 2.5 minutes left in this game. Triton Central with a clutch 52-yarder from Keaton Kermode. Looking to take the lead and the win. Hands it off to Hayden Kermode. He stiff arms and runs over and gets across the 15-yard line.
And with that, I think Triton Central has 1 timeout left, I believe.
They're out of
timeouts. Beech Grove has 2, I believe.
But they're not using them yet.
And they're just going to let this go under the 2-minute mark here in the ball game.
So 2 minutes to go.
10 seconds on the play clock.
And it's 2nd and 4. Hayden Kermode, near sideline, over one Hornet, and is down short of the first down. $1:35 to go. And here's the time And it's a first down, I believe.
It is a
tremendous news for the Tigers. The clock freezes for a moment. Well, Bill, your plan of just keeping on the ground has been working for Triton Central. Triton coming off of a gut-checking defeat early just last week to Cecina has responded emphatically here. It's a handoff. Keaton Kermode runs over one Hornet down across the 5.
Had a nice hole when he got that ball, Jonathan. The offensive line just opened up the floodgates a little bit, and Kermode was able to hit it.
60 seconds to go.
As the first down, but a flag came in the direction of holding. We'll see what the call is.
Well, a score update. We have now found out that Tipton did beat Western, so Tipton is the victor tonight over Western.
That's a big call there. It is holding.
To 16 in favor of Beech Grove. We're coming down to the wire, buddy.
We are, and that game at Heritage Christian came down effectively to a sack on 4th and 10.
Right.
But here we have one team driving. They just need 2. They're not going to get a safety.
But they want to get more. I believe the ball's placed at their Beech Grove's 3-yard line.
You're right, Bill. It's on the 3. The run game has been. We were expecting coming in that Beech Grove would have the great rushing attack. It's been the Tigers who have been most effective on the ground, well over 100 by Keaton Kermode, close to 200 for him. And they need 3. And a second down. Eric Ebuff in the gun. Keaton Kermode next to him. It's Keaton. And he's short.
He did pick up a first down, though, Jonathan.
So the clock will freeze while they move the chains. They don't have to move them at all. It's
not
running. 45 seconds to go.
And you're out of timeout, so you got to punch it in here.
Under center, Ebuff, the sneak.
Did he get in? Let's see. No signal yet.
And he's short.
Wow.
And the clock is running still. 25 seconds to go. And they're going to go for the field goal, looks like.
Well, they better hurry.
Some confusion. Now the field goal unit runs off. They're off in time. And it's Ebuff. This time, he is.
Touchdown. Wow.
4 receivers on 2nd down and 10. Hetzner on the pump fake. And he overshoots his man. Looking for Nolan Grubb.
Well, you got to think might have been thinking first down. Now you've got to get a first down or this game may be over. You got 2 downs to get a first down here. Get it at a minimum this first down.
The Comets with just 1 timeout left. Punting is not an option.
The extra point is up. It is. Looks good. It is good. 23-18
all night. Hetzner. Pass is overthrown and it's intercepted. Cameron Hovey down the sideline. Hovey taken down at the goal line. They'll call him about a yard short, but the damage is done. And Hovey, who had the go-ahead touchdown catch, might have just sealed it with a pick.
There you see, he had plenty of time. I'm not sure who he was throwing it to. Everyone was pretty much covered there. Boy, that one hurts.
Well, have a day, Cameron Hovey. He has a touchdown grab, an interception, and you can make a case that the 2 biggest plays in this game have come from the 5'11 sophomore, Cameron Hovey. So they'll mark him down at the 2, but with 1:58 left and just one timeout for Eastern, their hopes look dire. Really, their best chance is for Sheridan to score and miss the extra point. And we'll see if Bud Wright even wants to do that, or if he's going to try to sit on this here and run some of the clock. And he will take a knee. So they take their timeout at 1:56.
Yeah, this is it.
One Hail Mary pass, maybe, huh?
Maybe two if they're very savvy.
Place it at their own 24.
They need first and 76.
They got
and a flag.
Penalty flag. Illegal substitution on Beech Grove.
So it's further now. First and 81. Kraus and Borenstein back very deep for the Tigers. And here we are. Real, buying time, having to elude the rush. Will take off. And that will do it. No, he's still going. And that will do it. Final.
Still a certain amount of things that can go wrong and all that.
PATs up the middle. Touchdown, Blackhawks.
He wanted to score. He was just wanted to take, as much clock as he could.
All right, now the all-important extra point. And in 32 PATs this year, Sheridan is 16 for 32. So this is not an automatic kick.
No.
Although Jesse Kolb has been really brilliant tonight, mostly in the punting game. He did hit the one kick earlier. And they're not even going to risk kicking it. Oh, yes, they are. But this is Cameron Hovey, who did not kick the extra point last time. So Cameron Hovey, well, that'll sum this one up well for Cameron Hovey. The go-ahead touchdown, the game-sealing interception, and the game-finishing extra point. We'll take a break with 1:51 to go. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
This is Old You. And this is Now You.
Five wears his fire hat and coat in the wind.
Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And now you can stop knocking on wood.
The 6-1 Sheridan Blackhawks have not lost since week 1. The 7-0 Eastern Comets haven't lost all season. But Eastern is on the brink of their first defeat at the hands of the Blackhawks, who in a game that will probably look pretty even statistically, Sheridan, in their key moments, have made the plays tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. On senior night, if Sheridan can hang on, they'll win the conference championship.
They'll squib it, and Eastern trying to see if it'll
That's
go
a
out of
live
bounds.
ball. That's a live ball.
Finally does. Elkins ushers it out. Well, how about this for a triple crown, if you will? Cameron Hovey has a touchdown receiving, an interception, and an extra point.
I'd say it's a pretty good day's work. Boy, it's been an interesting game. It's you'd never know when you see the type of offensive outputs that these teams have had, what you're going to have, because what I look at long before I look how many points the team scores is how good's the defense. Boy, these defenses, both of them, have not been disappointing at all. Both these offenses they've moved the ball a little bit, but at times it was always the defense that seemed to come up with the big plays when they needed to. But certainly turnovers have just haunted both these teams that perhaps Sheridan gets away with maybe the lesser of the turnover battle.
With Eastern driving inside the 30-yard line of Sheridan, down by 2. You saw a false start, which took 2nd and 11 to 2nd and 16. And in hindsight, that penalty might have been the difference. Eastern had to then open up the playbook, try to throw the ball. And the Sheridan defense was able to hold and eventually get a fumble recovery.
Here we go, Hawks, come on.
So they'll kick it off again. This squib kick going to the other side. Picked up at the 35, up the sideline to the 40. Well, Eastern needs 2 scores, but they've got good field position here with 1:44 left. Garrett Hetzner, the quarterback for the Comets, certainly has the arm to get this done. They need a quick score and an onside kick. 1:44 left. And they are out of timeouts.
Come on, everybody, let's go. Come on here. Let's go.
Gregory Black, the wide receiver who left the game earlier, is back in. He looks off sides. They'll get it out to Elkins, and Elkins out of bounds after a pickup of 9. You can hear the Sheridan fans yelling. It was pretty even with us. It looked like Gregory Black was standing about a yard in front of the ball.
Yeah.
Was not called. Pickup of 9, and the clock stops at 1:39. There you see it. The jersey for Elkins tells the story of his night. He's been active in the passing game and as a defensive back, playing both sides of the ball. 2nd down and 1. Straight to the air. Back to Elkins. Oh, a nice catch by Elkins. He's got the first down, and the clock stops at 1:35.
Yeah, and Eastern's doing a really nice job here at getting big chunks of yardage, keeping the chains moving, and stopping the clock. Just giving themselves a chance. I think they may take a look at a long one here in the next couple of plays.
If you're Sheridan, you're trying to avoid that big play, so
Yeah.
Eastern is...
That's a great point because their linebackers are back there in their nickel package or their dime package, whatever you want to call it these days, playing very, very deep.
Hetzner out of the shotgun with protection. He'll loft it down the field toward the end zone. He overshoots Elkins. They take a shot on first down.
He has been so close, got a great arm, but has just not been able to connect on any of these really long pass plays. Some of them have been very good defensive plays by Sheridan to break it up.
They need to connect here on this drive, and then they need some help. Hetzner under pressure. Hetzner tries to avoid it, and he's going to go down. A loss of only a couple, but that clock continues to move now under 1:20.
Well, Sheridan's coming after him, and it takes a long while for those receivers to get way down there.
Low snap. It's picked up by the running back who just tosses it into the air, and it's intercepted. And who else but the quarterback, Drake Delph, who comes up with the pick, and that should seal it for Sheridan.
Just another one of those low snaps, Pat, that has absolutely haunted Eastern throughout this game, especially at the wrong time. That's just not a good snap at all, and that one may do it.
And unfortunately for the Comets, that has been the prevailing storyline tonight.
Yes,
a low snap gave Sheridan 2 points in the first quarter. A low snap when they were driving. Down by 2 in the fourth. Allowed Sheridan to take over. And that low snap will allow Sheridan to take a knee. So the Blackhawks, who opened up the season with a loss and haven't lost since, continue to roll in the Eastern Comets, who are in the midst of one of their best seasons in school history. They'll still stand with a proud 7-1 record, and with 1-6 Clinton Prairie coming up next, a good chance to end the season 8-1. But tonight in Sheridan, it's the Blackhawks night.
Yep. Win number 417 for Mr. Bud Wright. And this one he won on the defensive side, Pat.
$16-7 is the final.